The port of Assab on the Danakil coast has always been a strategic prize. Its location near the Bab el-Mandeb Strait made it a key stop for trade between the Mediterranean and Indian Ocean. For centuries, local Afar sultans controlled this harsh land, managing limited resources and modest trade. The port was little more than a cluster of huts, but its deep-water harbor hinted at greater potential. The opening of the Suez Canal in 1869 changed everything, turning the Red Sea into a global shipping highway. Suddenly, Assab became a coveted coaling station for steamships. Britain and France quickly established bases nearby, recognizing the region's new importance. Into this competitive arena stepped Italy, a newly unified nation eager for its own colonial foothold. The once quiet port of Assab was about to become a focal point in the scramble for Africa. Its destiny was about to change forever. Italy, late to the colonial race, saw Assab as its gateway to empire. In 1869, the Rubattino Navigation Company, with help from explorer Giuseppe Sapeto, secretly bought Assab from local Afar sultans. Initially a private venture, the port served as a coaling station for Italian steamships. As the scramble for Africa intensified, Italy formalized its claim in 1882, transforming Assab into its first African colony. The move was celebrated in Italy as a bold step onto the world stage. For the Afar, it marked the end of independence and the start of foreign rule. Assab was no longer a backwater, it was now the cornerstone of Italian ambitions in the Horn of Africa. The stage was set for further expansion. Italy's imperial dream had begun. Under Italian rule, Assab was rapidly transformed. The port was expanded, fortified, and became a key military base for Italy's push into the Horn of Africa. Roads, barracks, and administrative buildings rose from the desert. Assab became the launchpad for Italian campaigns against Ethiopia, supplying troops and equipment inland. In 1890, Eritrea was declared an Italian colony, with Assab as its southern anchor. Despite defeat at Adwa in 1896, Assab's strategic value endured. Mussolini later used the port to stage his massive 1935 invasion of Ethiopia. Assab was the artery that fed Italy's imperial ambitions. After conquest, it became a vital part of Italian East Africa. For decades, Assab was the springboard for Italy's colonial project in the region. Italy's empire collapsed during World War II, and Assab fell under British control. Post-war, the UN debated Eritrea's fate. Ethiopia argued for access to the sea. In 1952, Eritrea was federated with Ethiopia, making Assab Ethiopia's main port. The federation was unpopular and dissolved in 1962, sparking a long war for Eritrean independence. Throughout the conflict, Assab remained Ethiopia's vital trade and naval hub. In 1991, Eritrean forces captured Assab, and by 1993, Eritrea was independent. Ethiopia became landlocked, but initially retained access to Assab through agreements. However, tensions soon resurfaced, and the port's status became a flashpoint. Assab's fate was once again tied to regional rivalry. The struggle for control was far from over. Peace between Eritrea and Ethiopia was short-lived. War erupted in 1998, severing all ties. Ethiopia lost access to Assab, shifting trade to Djibouti. The once busy port became a ghost town, symbolizing the bitter divide. Yet Assab's strategic location kept it in the spotlight. In 2015, the UAE leased the port, transforming it into a military base for operations in Yemen. This move reshaped the region's geopolitics, giving the UAE a foothold on the Red Sea. The UAE's presence brought income to Eritrea and new diplomatic leverage. In 2018, a peace deal between Ethiopia and Eritrea, brokered partly by the UAE, raised hopes for reopening Assab to Ethiopian trade. Today, Assab remains a critical nexus of diplomacy, trade, and military power. Its future is tied to the volatile politics of the Horn of Africa. Geography ensures Assab will remain a coveted prize for years to come.